So for the last couple of weeks, we talked about some Super Mario Bros. Wonder leaks and the ESRB rating summary of the game, giving us a little bit more information, telling us more about the characters, the power-ups, and also the fact that boss battles were going to be more in-depth this time around and utilize more of the stage and destroy parts of the stage. But something else that we really didn't touch on was the big news, the huge news, the thing that no one was expecting. Bowser is returning as the main villain. Now, this is probably, something that the whole entire world could have predicted. Most mainline Mario games have Bowser as the villain. I think pretty much every mainline Mario game has Bowser as the villain. Outside of the spin-offs and RPG games, yeah, it's always been Bowser. So this one definitely did not shock me in any way. Now, my theory was that there was something going on with Bowser. Maybe he was corrupted by someone else or something, making him, all different. Because in this game, it seems like he's wacky, as we've seen his castle and Bowser Jr. seem to be like purple and neon green, and they just look a lot different. So something seems to be going on with Bowser this time around. Yep, Bowser is the main villain once again. But what does this mean exactly? Is this necessarily a bad thing? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Because if you're somebody that really was hoping for a unique original antagonist, yeah, once again, we're stuck with Bowser. And I can see that being a problem for a lot of people, because it's the same thing. And I think a lot of it also has to do with the way that we fight Bowser at the end. It's never really that exciting. I'm gonna say something that might hurt some people, but final boss battles against Bowser are very mid, like extremely mid. Outside of a couple exceptions, one of those being Super Mario Galaxy, which actually pit you against an incredible final Bowser boss battle with tons of different phases, and it felt so cinematic, and it was amazing. Mwah, masterpiece. That's really about it. I'm sorry, nothing else really stood out to me that much. I mean, New Super Mario Bros. U had a really good Bowser boss fight at the very end as he got giant and chased you, but to me, it was just hard to see it as a boss fight. It was like a really cool end of the game level, if anything, as you're running away from Bowser because you never really fought him. And that's the problem, I feel like, with a lot of the past Bowser boss battles, is you never fight Bowser. You either avoid him, dodge him, run away from him, and then find a way to hit a switch in order to drop him down into lava, which never makes sense because he can walk through the lava. Like, lava should not affect Bowser. The same premise for most of the 2D Mario games, and even the 3D Marios are the same, where you just have to get past Bowser in order to hit a switch, or just run away from Bowser in order to reach a certain spot where he can't catch you anymore. And to me, that's just not a really good boss battle. I want to actually fight the final boss, not run away from them. Now, there are exceptions, or should I say a singular exception, with New Super Mario Bros. U, where the Phase 2 part of the Bowser boss battle is you actually taking Bowser Jr.'s clown car and slamming it onto his head, which I admit is a lot cooler, but still, I'm kind of expecting something more dynamic. Maybe taking out his foot first, and then like maybe his arm or something in order to drop him down to the ground, and then in order to hit his head. I don't know, some type of Bowser boss battle with different segments in order to take him down, instead of just doing one simple task. But hey, at least in this game, you actually have to hit Bowser. Now, as far as the 3D games go, it has gotten better. I mean, Mario Odyssey actually had Mario taking Bowser's hat and throwing hands at Bowser, and then Bowser's Fury literally has Mario fighting Bowser in this gigantic cat form, where you're throwing things at him, smacking him in the stomach, ground pounding on his stomach, doing all kind of crazy stuff as this giant kaiju battle pursues. Yeah, it's definitely getting better. We have yet to see the 2D side of things really pick it up. So it's not really a big issue that Bowser is the main villain again in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's the issue of, is this actually going to be more of an interesting boss fight? Well, let's pull up that ESRB rating one more time and look what it has to say. It says, boss battles contain more involved combat against giant enemies that breathe fire and smash parts of the scenery. So once again, I don't know how much that is going to tell us. Maybe we're fighting giant versions of normal enemies, kind of Yoshi's Island style. We talked about this in a past video. But apparently they're going to be messing with, the stage itself, smashing through things and just big, huge, important sequences, which definitely sounds a lot better than what we have been getting. We really can't go off of much because, of course, they're not going to show us the Bowser boss fight. That's always saved for the final boss. But we do see at least Bowser Jr., which looks to be totally different. But one thing that's really going to make me excited about this is the way that Mario fights Bowser Jr. It's not just a traditional fight. There's definitely weird, wonky things going on, where Bowser Jr. is growing and shrinking, and so is Mario, opposite of Bowser Jr., which shows that the Wonder Flower effects are going to take place even in boss arenas, which really opens the door for some really cool boss fights. And it dawned on me, maybe that's just the problem. With 2D Mario games, Mario and friends don't really have any special powers, really. I mean, they can jump and run. That's really about it, with like maybe a ground pound. But for the most part, anything else that the, characters get in the game is just items like fire flowers and mushrooms, power-up type of stuff. And you can't really center a boss battle around a power-up because once you lose it, it's gone. It's not like Mario Maker where they're just gonna throw a pipe and just keep letting you get power-ups. It just wouldn't make sense. So what is a way that they could fix this? Well, if they tied in Wonder Flower effects to these boss battles, making them truly wacky and crazy, because now it's not just a run and jump that Mario has. Because let's face it, with that run and jump, they really couldn't do anything super original with the characters and bosses. You would just have to run and jump on their heads. That's all Mario can do. So now with the Wonder Flower effects, I could really see some cool boss battles like we've seen with Mario and Bowser Jr. Maybe Bowser is going to have tons of different Wonder Flower effects, where each phase is Mario or friends transforming into some different type of thing in order for them to hit Bowser, which would be really, really cool. I mean, we've already seen Mario transform into a giant spiked ball, and that alone would be really cool for a boss battle. And this Wonder Flower affects everything. The stage, the other enemies, and even bosses like we've seen with Bowser Jr. So odds are it's going to affect Bowser as well. Imagine just some completely ridiculous, wacky boss battles against Bowser where he's transforming into objects and you're transforming into objects and you have to use your transformation to hit his transformation. Yeah, we could actually have a super interesting final Bowser boss battle for once instead of just running past him and hitting a switch. I am praying there's no running past him and hitting a switch this time around. No more drawbridge, Nintendo. Just drop that idea. See what I did there? Drop the idea. But Nintendo themselves has come out and said that this is the next evolution of Mario, which is super exciting because it tells me that they are moving away from that traditional New Super Mario Bros. And doing things a lot different than they did before. But of course, the game is coming out very soon, October 20th, and it's almost September already, guys. Like, we are really, really close to this game, which means we're probably going to get tons of new information very soon. And with an inevitable September Direct coming within the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to get even more information there. So get ready for some more Mario Wonder goodness, and we'll be sure to cover it all here on Nintendo Land. So if you want to make sure you see all that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Wonder and Mario in general, and comment down below how you want these boss battles to go in Mario Wonder and how you want Bowser to be as the final boss. The story's probably not going to be anything super deep, but let me know what you want Bowser to do at the end of the game this time around and how you want them to change it, and if you like it or not. Would you still rather have an antagonist that's completely different? Let me know down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. Like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.